The Cuomo de Blasio feud, it just keeps on giving. The latest flare-up, it's over MTA funding. Governor Cuomo just announced his plan to close the budget gap. His plan, have New York City pony up $3 billion. Trouble is, he never told the mayor, and that amount is several times higher than the city now currently pays. And don't forget about how Cuomo schooled de Blasio on Uber. You'll remember de Blasio, he wanted to restrict the car company's growth. Cuomo didn't. Cuomo won. De Blasio got crushed in just about every metric you want to use in politics. And here's how Capital New York explains it. De Blasio had been run over by an Uber car, and before an ambulance could even arrive, Governor, he emerged Cuomo from the crowd of stunned onlookers, and he took his wallet. And you know what? Whether it's universal pre-K, the minimum wage, everything else, Don, we said at the time, you're going to get in a fight with the king, you better kill the king. He had his press conference where he let loose and headed off to vacation, and he forgot. He's dealing with a guy who loves this. I mean, this keeps the governor up at night just plotting here, and he has found chapter and verse. Now he's hanging out with Viverito, the governor. That's how much you know he wants to crush this mayor. He's going to hang out with her, right? So
the governor is going to co-opt every idea, every plan. You have got to get up on the early bus when you're dealing with a master politician like Andrew Cuomo. He lives, eats, sleeps this stuff, and he's frankly exposing de Blasio almost as a weak, incompetent official. And that's a problem because the public, based on polling, de Blasio's poll numbers are not as strong as they could be. So as I said before, you know, I don't think town is big enough for both of these guys anymore. Somebody's got to go. And my guess is going to be it's de Blasio.
He doesn't seem, I know Andrew disagrees and he'll chomp in a second, but if you're going to take on this public fight and you're going to make sure every tabloid, you're going to give him a front page story every day, you're the mayor, and he had a right to be mad at the governor. I don't think he had any reason not to. But maybe it's just the optics of it. He doesn't seem to relish the fight. The governor relishes this fight here. You cross him, and for him it's Mardi Gras. The mayor, and even remember when Lynch said, I believe went way too far after that tragedy with the officers, the mayor, you could see, didn't know how to react when they turned their backs on him and the rest. I just don't know. If you're going to take a public stand, you're going to pick a fight, you got to be willing to fight. And I don't know necessarily this mayor is really built for that.
Well, I'm going to make 3 points. Number one, yes, the governor is a master politician, and you better be careful if you're going to tangle with someone who knows how to project a message and move the levers as cleverly as he does. But number two, some of the disequilibrium that you see between Cuomo and de Blasio, it's not really about their personalities and skill sets. It's about the state constitution, which gives the state enormous authority over the city. No matter who the mayor is, no matter who the governor is, the mayor always has to come there hat in hand, begging for whatever policy priorities he or she may have.
Okay, but 1 second though. I'm with you, and certainly as it relates to Uber, as you say, you know, basic civics says governor here, mayor here. But you would have thought if you picked that fight, you would have lined up the city council to stand with you, and you would have at least built up, you know, at least your allies here, that you're united front on this thing. He got picked off one after the other, and he made it look like he started a fight that he wasn't willing to even.
De Blasio would argue that when it came to the housing issue, that was the most recent flare-up, that he did exactly what you described. He put together a broad coalition, which included many of the governor's allies, tried to approach it as constructively as he could, and was still shot down. But look, here's the point I want to make. We're sort of, as insiders, obsessed by who's winning this fight, who's losing this fight. Politically, they're both losing. The governor's numbers are going down, even if he is winning the specific battles with de Blasio, because people don't like to see their elected officials battling over what appears to be ego rather than fighting over principle. And expect them to work together whenever they can.
But couldn't I, as a constituent, say, all right, I'm seeing the governor stand near a Tappan Zee Bridge that'll be finished sometime in her lifetime. I'm going to see the guy down here going to fix, LaGuardia. He's also here, putting a few other major projects together. I'm seeing him standing there with the golden shovels and all the rest here. I don't see the mayor, and isn't, even if a viewer or a voter doesn't follow this stuff every day, that's the optics they see, that he's getting something done.
And look, my point is, neither of them should be looking at this as a zero-sum game in which for one person to win, the other has to lose. They would both be better off thinking of each other as partners and recognizing they have common interests that they ought to be able to address together.
Sounds just like the Andrew Cuomo I know. All right. We come back. President Obama is not acting like a lame duck here. He's making his opponents, some would say, duck and cover. Others say he's playing free and easy with executive orders. Either way, we're going to look at this president's big fourth quarter. We're going to see how it's impacting his legacy.